So real quick before the video starts, if you guys enjoy it, remember to leave a like, and if you want to see more like it, remember to subscribe. Also, new Roblox group link is in the description if you want to go join it. We don't have any merch or anything yet. I'm too dumb to actually figure out how to do that, but once I get things worked out, we'll have some nice merch and stuff going. We'll have a nice little group. Everything will be nice and fun and happy. Go join it. Anyway, today we are on the newly updated Miner's Haven. As you can see, everything looks all purple and weird and mysterious. Everything's all different and updated and new. And it's been a while since we've had this feeling, since we've gotten to see new stuff in the game. And I know a lot of people like to criticize and complain about Foxy and Talon and what they've been doing, but at the end of the day, I do think this is actually a pretty good update, and I'm happy with what it's got in it. Should it have come out sooner? Yes, it definitely should have, but is it still a pretty good update? Yeah, it's pretty good. So I'll go ahead and go over all the changes and all the new stuff in here, give my thoughts on everything as we go. Of course, first of all, there's a bunch of new items that were added with this update. I'm not going to be reviewing all of them in this video. That would take way too long. I'll be making a separate video tomorrow going over the items in depth, talking about their stats and my reviews on all of them. For now, though, I'll just briefly talk about them. We got 3 new superstitious items and their catalysts, of course. We got 4 different rebirth items that were added. One of them is an advanced reborn, which is the Big Alberto, and then the other one is an ultra rare, which is the Meatball sub. Got a new Evo with the Gaia's Grasp, the Nature's Grip. We got a new enchant with the Trinity. We got a new Evo with the Big Bad Blaster Evo, or the And we got a cheese upgrader, which is a vintage found in Unreal boxes. Cheese Gang lives on, even if the item that we got is actually kind of terrible right now. We live on. Cheese Gang rise. But yeah, that's all the new items that were added. Like I said, I'll go into more detail on all of them, but for now, that's all we're gonna talk about. There's some other pretty cool changes in here. One that's not listed in the changelog, but at the top of the update thing, which I'll go ahead and show real quick. Zombies got changed to R15. All of them got reworked, except for the noob zombie. All of them are R15 supported now. They all got fancy animations. You can use stuff like the giant infuser with them and make them all big boy and all that. And I'm gonna be real with you, this change is kind of pointless, doesn't really serve much of a purpose. Kind of a meme. A lot of people have been criticizing Talon for working on this instead of getting more important stuff done. I mean, I guess it's cool, I guess it's fine, but you know, it's not that big of a deal. I don't really care. It is a thing, though. Now let's get into the actual changes in the changelog. First of all, they fixed bypassable ore limits. Not quite sure what that means, but it's a fix for something. You've got a new badge for getting superstitious items. That's another badge to go for. Not very hard if you're at a later point in the game, but it's still there. It is cool to go for completion. All of the superstitious furnaces got changed and buffed. Pandora's box works, I believe, as a cell furnace and a regular furnace now, but it still has the 5 ore limit. So essentially, Pandora's box is still terrible. The Tyrant's Throne maxes out its multiplier at a few suffixes earlier now, so it's just a little bit better. And the Elysium is actually a lot smaller now, and it also works with the Void Drive, Void Star, and the Daystrophy, so it's a lot better and actually usable. Might become a meta furnace, and I would say all of these changes are pretty good. Pandora's box still sucks ass, but everything else is cool. The leg and the void cube don't affect replicated ores, and ores that are voided by either of these items are not replicatable. I'm not really sure why this is a thing or what it really fixes or accomplishes, but there's probably some kind of bug or something related to that, so you know. Whatever issues were associated with that are out of the game now, which is always nice. We also have a new setting. In the menu, we can now toggle individual mines, so if you want to have certain mines working while certain other ones aren't, you can go in and change that. Like right now, you can see I turned off my Havium mine, these two are dropping, Havium mine is done, so this is just a nice little quality of life feature. And this didn't take away the global switch, so if you want to toggle all of your mines still, you're able to. No issues with that. That wasn't changed at all. But now we just have a little bit more customizability. We're able to change individual mines, which is a nice little change in feature. The death cap got reworked, and now instead of just getting rid of effects, it gives your ores a weird effect that I forget the name of. And it makes your ores grow until they die or until they hit a resetter or something. I'm not quite sure exactly how it works, but basically all you need to know is the death cap is terrible now. Do not use it. This growth effect really makes it not good and way more annoying than it needs to be to use. I'm not really sure why it was changed, but it was changed, and it really just kind of sucks now. The box menu got updated, so now it's a lot closer to what it used to be back in 2016, 2017 era MH. When you actually open a box, it looks a little bit different as well. You can see it's closer to what it used to be. There's also a bug with it right now, where when you open it, you can't actually open another one, and you have to go all the way back to the menu and then open a box there. So, that's kind of a slightly annoying little UI bug. I should be fixed. Please fix it. Would have made opening my 200 Unreals to get the cheese upgrader a little bit nicer. But yeah, box menu change, that's just a nice little thing. The Gargantuan core can now apply multiple effects. There used to be a bug where if you use multiple Garg cores and had multiple different effects at the same time, it wouldn't actually work. So say you had 2 different Garg mines placed down here, and I'm gonna grab a Stardust, I guess, and a Hypernova. If you had both of these down, then they wouldn't work. They would not work together. You could not get both of the effects from them. But now with this update, you're able to get both of them. So you can get the effects of the Indoctrinator, and then you can also get the overpowered juice of the Ore Hypernova. Oh yeah, by the way, this is one item that I will mention specifically. At the moment, it is ungodly overpowered. It is incredible, and I would not be surprised to see a nerf coming to it very soon. Because this thing with the Guard Core allows you to use the Draydon's Gauntlet and get the full 3,000 multiplier instantly. And also, when you pulse it normally, it does just a 1,500 times multiplier flat for every ore globally on your base, so that's pretty good as well. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see how that one nerfed. We'll talk about item stuff more later, though. The shinies that were unobtainable got fixed in this update, so there were about 20 different reburn items that you could not get the shinies of. Stuff like the Quantum Ore Cleaner, the Clockwork, a few other certain items, you just couldn't get shinies for them, but now you're able to, so every single item in the game has a shiny variant that's obtainable, which is a very nice little change. The shiny Interstellar functions properly, which, who really cares about that? Holiday Street Refiner was reworked. I'm not actually sure how it works, but it's a Holiday Street Refiner, so I can't imagine it being particularly useful still. The Breach Loader item duplication effect was fixed, which I assume means the ore duplication effect that it was supposed to have. That actually works now. Kind of a trash item, but, you know, that effect is there now and functions properly, hopefully, so if you ever use the Breach Loader, there you go, you got a special effect actually working now. Now, this next change is actually one of the biggest in the update and pretty impactful for setups and late game players. Certain item hitboxes actually got reworked so that you can't use certain items as portables. The Azure Purifier is one of them. This item is much taller hitbox-wise now. So if you place it down and you grab a hydraulic platform, if I can find them, you can see if you raise it up, this is the lowest that you can put it with this thing now. It does not stick through at all. One annoying thing is that some of the hitboxes are actually a little bit lower than they should be, I think. One of those small little things that just I noticed and it annoys me. But yeah, items that were like portable or usable under hydraulic platforms got fixed. Stuff like the Father of Freon and the Illusions of Void also got fixed, so those can't be used on their platforms anymore. And this is gonna change a little bit in late game setups, but I don't think it's gonna be a huge deal because a lot of the underneath platform upgraders weren't that great to begin with. Still, though, pretty big change, changes things up a little, changes the meta just a bit, so, you know, keep that in mind, especially if you're having setup loading issues, make sure it's not because of that. Placing multiple ancient tablets while rebirthing will only destroy one. I guess that's nice if you ever use the ancient tablet and you accidentally have multiple of them placed or something. Controller tag was changed to submitter to avoid confusion. Cool. Void Star multiplier is fixed, which I believe it was already supposed to be fixed, but you know, it got fixed again, and hopefully it actually works now. Item mastery was restructured, how it saves stuff, should fix compatibility errors, whatever that means, but basically it should track properly or whatever. You know, it's item mastery. Nobody really looks in that too often anyway, so it's not a huge deal, but it is there. Another fix for the leg and the void cube. The leg and void cube no longer Another fix for the leg and the void cube. The leg and the void cube don't teleport duplicated ores anymore. Like I said before, I don't know why this was done. I'm assuming it's just to fix some bug with them that I'm not aware of. It's probably a good fix, but it doesn't really affect me or anyone I know at all. Fix some instances of shiny items not behaving like their non-shiny counterparts. So basically change some items so that they actually function, so that they actually work as shinies and you can use them properly and they have consistent effects across the board. Duped ores from the Blood Magic Furnace cannot be collected by itself and are not replicated. I don't know why this was done. I'm very confused by this change. Once again, it must just be some like duplication bug or something weird going on that they had to change it for, but I don't understand this change. Why is it in here? Fix weird behavior with reaching the item limit. Once again, another change that I don't really care about too much, but it is just like a little bug fix or behavior fix, so nice little change. Railgun cannon properly accounts for shields. I'm assuming that has to do with the fact that it's supposed to set everything on fire regardless of what status effects it has. Ancient Magic Furnace does not teleport ores to specific furnaces anymore. Honestly, not sure what this one means. I'm guessing it's just that certain furnaces were blacklisted from the Ancient Magic teleport. I'm not sure which ones and why that would be done, but I imagine there was some bugs or something weird, some odd behavior or something. And finally, the Yttrium mine correctly receives the cannon boost ability. Who uses the Yttrium? Who really cares about that? Oh, and there's also a couple other changes that weren't in the changelogger that I didn't read. First of all, there are shiny Evos now, which I showed earlier in the video, but I didn't mention from the changelog. Shiny Evos are a thing, though. This is the shiny Crimson Azure Purifier. All of the shiny Evos look really cool, and the way you get them is you go into the big old tower boy in the middle of the map here. And once you're in here, if you look to the right here at this cauldron, you get a separate menu that brings up specifically the shiny Evos. And every item that has an Evo has a shiny Evo of it. All it takes is one, all you need is one shiny of the item, and then you need the Evo, and you combine them, and you get the shiny Evo. So that's how that's done. There's also one small change with superstitious crafting. It's nothing too major, but when you go into the crafting menu for a superstitious item, you now have the option to use advanced reborns, which is pretty helpful. Like I said, not a huge change, but if you just have extra advanced reborns that you want to get rid of, you want to use, but you don't want to salvage them necessarily, this gives you a place to use them. So if you're in need of a superstitious item that you haven't been able to get or whatever, here's the change for you. It's not huge, but you know, it just makes superstitious crafting that tiny little bit easier. Another small change, a few enchant recipes got changed to take less vintage items because a lot of people have been having issues getting certain vintages. So certain recipes changed to only take 1 or 2 vintages. I believe the most that you can get is 1 or 2 now for 1 enchant. So the vintage system didn't change, but they do cost a little bit less to make enchants, which helps alleviate the problem that people have been having just a little bit. Hopefully soon we'll also get that box change that was promised so that we can earn some of the other boxes in-game. And there's one other change that I want to show in this update. And this last change that I'm going to show you guys is quite possibly the most important addition in this entire update. It is just huge, very game-changing stuff here. So, you see the shiny ghost memer right here? Yeah. Yeah, with that being said, that is everything new in this update. That's all the changes, that's everything. Those are kind of my thoughts on it. I think this was a pretty good update. I know a lot of the smaller changes I didn't really think too much of. I'm not too fond of some of this stuff, especially the zombie change. That's just kind of a meme, but a lot of the items are actually pretty cool, and I think this is a pretty good update. Got a lot of cool stuff here, even though it's on the smaller side. There's a lot of stuff that's kind of meta changing. It'll be fun to rebuild and see what's possible now, especially having to deal with not having portable items. That'll change things up a little bit, I think. That's all I got for you. Tune in tomorrow if you guys want to see specific item reviews and all the stats and everything like that. I'll be covering everything in just a little bit more detail, but for now, I'm gonna head out. Thank you everyone for watching. Peace out.